I've made it to Universal Studios Hollywood to check up on the park and have some fun. So how about you and I dive right in? I can't really tell how busy it is judging on the parking situation, but for a Wednesday, so-so. I don't know how it's going to be inside the park. We're going to find out in just a moment, but my prediction is it's going to be kind of mild. I don't think it's going to be insanely packed. I always tell people to come to the parks during the week, Tuesday through Thursday, for their best bet. And I know I'm wearing a Disney mask. Couldn't find any of my Universal masks. They might be in some of my jackets. Thankfully, E.T. forgives me. I know I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse mask today, E.T. I'm sorry about it. I'll do better next time, but thankfully, E.T. is cool enough to say, you know what, it's okay, just head right into City Walk. Oh, look at how cute King Kong looks, all festive. He's ready to go for the holidays. Okay, we're inching a little closer to the park entrance, and not too bad right now. I mean, the others, this just kind of looks normal. Yeah, the park opened up about 45 minutes ago. I'm here pretty early. Usually I arrive later on in the afternoon, but I decided, you know what, heck it, let's just come in the morning, have some fun. I want to try to get on Jurassic World before it gets really busy later on in the day. I mean, I think it'll get really busy later on in the day, but so far, so good. Well, they're not checking vaccination cards today, so that kind of tells me that they're not expecting that many people in the park. LA County has a certain number, I think it's like 10,000, that if they go over, then they're considered like a mega event or something, and then they have to check their vaccination card. So it looks like today actually might not be that bad. All right, we've made it inside. That was nice and easy. Not too bad inside the park right now, which is really good. Let's kind of veer off to the left here because Grinchmas is happening. Let's check it out real quick, and then let's head downstairs to the lower lot because yeah, I want to see if I can ride Jurassic World before it gets busy. So pretty much the same setup like in years past. We have some photo ops around the border of the plaza here. We have some more treats this year, I'm noticing. Of course, this magnificent tree. This is a newer tree, by the way, so if it's been a couple of years since you've been to Universal Studios for Grinchmas, yeah, they've definitely updated the tree and it looks awesome at night. Of course, there's a bunch of technology packed in there as well. Okay, we're gonna come back to that later, but let's continue our journey down to the lower lots. Okay, the lower lot is open. Yeah, sometimes when the park opens up at like say 10, the lower lot doesn't open up until 11 or so. So just keep that in mind if you are coming to the park early. Sometimes the lower lot doesn't open at the same time the rest of the park does. As I'm making my way downstairs, really look at this view of Super Nintendo World. That's a really good shot of the construction going on this week. Finally made it downstairs and look at this. There's nobody down here. Let's do a couple rides.
I'm Trevor Hayes, security.
Thankfully, we've made it out alive and to the gift shop, and look what I found in the gift shop. Looks like we have a little visitor from Orlando, Florida. All right, that was a lot of fun. Oh, look at this beautiful Christmas tree we got down here. We've got all the pterodactyls flying around it. It's a Jurassic World / park themed Christmas tree. I love that. And look at this, Transformers is a 5-minute wait, which means absolute walk-on. But before we jump on that, I wanted to check up on the Super Nintendo World project over here. It looks the same on this end. Obviously, all the work is happening on the other end of the wall here, and of course, probably on the inside of the Mario Kart ride. Oh yeah, that's gonna be so cool when it opens. I cannot wait. Again, still not sure what they're gonna do with this side. They probably won't do anything because this is exposed. But maybe they'll do something, I don't know. I just love those mountain ranges. Those are really cool.
Furthest available seat.
Okay, here we go. Single rider line.
Supervised children making
Yeah, an absolute walk-on. Don't have to wait at all. Love this. I haven't been on this ride in a long time. All right, just got out Transformers. That was actually a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've been on that one. I prefer Spider-Man over Transformers in general, but it was nice to finally get a chance to get on that one because the line's always so long, so that's why I always skip it. And I didn't want to film that ride, one, because I'm not really entirely sure on the filming policy for that attraction now, and two, I just wanted to take it all in since it's been a hot minute. But next up for me is Revenge of the Mummy. This one also has a walk-on. Again, I won't be able to film this one, obviously, because of the loose article policy. Yeah, look at this. Nobody in line. This is so nice. You know, these messages will tell us where the cotton candy is. Made it back upstairs to the upper line. And you know, every time I look at the Simpsons area of the park, I just kind of wonder what they're going to eventually do with this space. Are they going to keep it for the foreseeable future, for like the next 10 or 15 years? Or are we going to see something else happen here? You know, especially now that Disney owns The Simpsons, it is just kind of weird to see mashups of different franchises in these parks that different companies own. So, I mean, and yeah, I mean, the same could be said to Wizarding World as far as ownership. Of Warner Brothers owns that, but then Universal owns the theme park rights. But yeah, I mean, as far as The Simpsons is concerned, yeah, what are they going to do with this land? I mean, would you guys like to see something new here? I certainly would. I think they could utilize the space better, and you know, with this attraction, especially with all the newer attractions coming out as of late, Simpsons is becoming a little dated, especially with its projection technology. Especially because I just got out of Transformers, and the technology in that ride is really well done, and it still holds up about 10 years later, because that's how long that attraction's pretty much been here at Universal Studios Hollywood. We first saw it in Singapore, we saw it here in Hollywood, then they built it over in Orlando. But yeah, I mean, that still holds up very, very well. Whereas the Simpsons attraction, it's starting to show its age. I believe the Simpsons attraction opened up in 2008. And it was a lot of fun when it opened up then. But now I just feel like people want a little bit more, especially with a lot of the newer rides that Universal has been building lately at some of their other parks. And even here at Hollywood, like Secret Life of Pets is an awesome attraction. I'd like to see another dark ride here. Let's make our way into the Wizarding World. Oh wow, Ollivanders has a nice line today. Over here in Hogsmeade, the nighttime light show is back at Hogwarts, which is fantastic to see. So if you're staying here later on in the evening, especially on the weekends, I don't know how often they do it during the week, but if you're here on the weekends, stay later because they do the nighttime show. Actually, I think they do it during the week. They just do it after park closing. So after you're done for the evening, say the park closes at 6, the show might start at 6:30. So make your way over here to the Wizarding World and check out the show, because the projection technology they're using on the castle is amazing. And they have a little bit of fireworks that happen as well with the show. No, this is not the preferred parking that you pay for at the parking lot. This is just few props from the Fast and the Furious movies, but we're not really sure what's going on with the special effects show. It hasn't made its return yet since the park reopened. Jabberwockies has made an appearance here during Halloween Horror Nights, but since then, the stage has been sitting empty, so I wonder if this is going to change permanently to something else. I do like the special effects show. The only thing that I wish they would do to it is just change it up a little bit. There's so many things in movies that I feel like people would love to know about. And here at Universal Studios Hollywood, that's what really makes this park unique, is the fact that this is a working movie studio. So I think that's one of the big major draws to this park in general. That's the reason why people love riding the studio tour. So I think they can keep this special effects show, but I feel like they just need to switch it up and give people a little bit more, because the previous special effects show was okay, but it wasn't like the most fantastic show ever. The Animal Actors show is still going strong and is still a guest favorite for a lot of people. So yeah, it would be nice to have another show right next to Animal Actors again, versus just this being the only show in this area and then Waterworld at the front of the park. Yeah, people love seeing shows. I mean, I do. I like seeing shows, especially here at Universal Studios Hollywood, because yeah, people want to know how the movies are made. So if they can have more shows like that, that'd be pretty fantastic. They could still blend all of the old school stuff with all of the new school stuff. And speaking of all the new stuff, look at this. Happy Merry Everything. I actually do like how they've decked out this particular section of the park, Pets Place, for the holidays. They've actually done more than I thought they were going to do, and I love that. I mean, Love all these just little decorations scattered all over the place, and this particular setup over here is animated. That's pretty cool. I gotta say, I am really loving the fact that there are not too many people in the park today. You guys, if you're ever wondering, well, when should I go to Universal Studios Hollywood? Well, definitely go during the week, Tuesday through Thursday. Avoid weekends at all costs just because of the amount of people. Now, obviously, if that's the only time you can go, just get here early. That's always my advice. But with that said, though, it will get busier as we approach New Year's Eve and day. So keep that in mind. That's usually the busiest time of year for these parks. And speaking of New Year's Eve, they are doing a celebration here. Eve is coming back. It was just announced. There's going to be specialty DJs and dance areas and parties and whatnot. And of course, they have a fireworks spectacular to ring in the new year here at Universal Studios. I've done it before and it's actually quite fun. So if you're looking for something to do for New Year's Eve, you can check out Universal Studios. Oh, holy minion. There's a wall up, pardon our stardust, as we refurbish these buildings. Something's going on with the Minions Cafe. I wonder what they're going to be doing. Actually, let's continue around the corner here. Oh no, it says, sorry we missed you. You can go to the Mexican restaurant or Mel's Diner. So yeah, this is closed for the time being, which is kind of odd. You'd think that they'd get this thing open for the holiday season, so they might be working on something maybe a little bit more urgent. So they do have all the decorations up and whatnot, which by the way look fantastic over here. The illumination section of the park, that's your super silly fun land. Look at that Christmas tree, by the way, all the minions on it. I'm sure there's a few people at home that decorate their tree like this too. And for my coaster nerds out there, no, they're not building the 900-foot tall roller coaster, sorry. Maybe sometime in the future. Okay, let's talk about Super Nintendo World some more. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, crews are on site this week, working very hard to try to complete this project as quickly and as efficiently as possible, which by the way, I'm not entirely sure when this project is supposed to open. I'm thinking it's going to open up sometime next year. Hopefully late next year. It just depends on how quick they get through a lot of the laundry list of things they need to get done. If not, then 2023 to compete with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, because that will be opening up at Disneyland as a whole new attraction and renovation of Toontown. So I don't know if Universal is going to want to beat them to that punch, or they're going to both be swinging when in 2023. So I don't know. I'm thinking more towards the end of next year, though, maybe before Halloween Horror Nights. Again, it just depends on how quickly they can progress in the next 6 months. Because Super Nintendo World has a lot of kinetic energy going on with it, and there's a lot of moving pieces. So we'll start to see those moving pieces be installed here in the next few months, hopefully once they finish the exterior portions of the land. And then as far as all the interior stuff goes, that's all up in the air, because with Super Nintendo World, there's so much to explore. If you've seen videos from Japan, you'll see that there are a lot of nooks and crannies to Super Nintendo World, and it can only grow from there. So I'm, again, curious to see, once they finish this particular version, if they'll expand it over time and we'll get Donkey Kong or something like that in the future. But nonetheless, I'm very excited to see how this version differs a little bit from the other versions that are going to be built around the world. Okay, let's get back into Grinchmas here and kind of go over what's going on this year. Of course, we have the tree like I was talking about earlier. They usually do a story time, and I think that's only on the weekend. So today they're not really doing anything but the tree lighting ceremony later on this evening. And then they have the Grinch meet and greet over there, like where it usually is. Looks like they have some neat photo ops this year. Look, they got this Grinch snowman. And then right next to some of the merch, we have a lot of tasty, delicious treats, Hoobalicious treats to be exact. And you know, I like that Universal is dwelling more into the food and beverage game. You know, Disney's been doing it for years, and they do a lot of festivals and whatnot. And it seems like Universal's dipping their toes into more specialty events, you know, when it comes to food. So I'm glad that they're doing something for the holidays, and then they even did a few little things for Halloween Horror Nights too. So hopefully we'll see a full-fledged like food festival in the future. Yeah, today they're only doing the tree lighting, and I was told that the tree lighting today is a little bit shorter than what it is on the days that are a little bit busier. So yeah, I mean, I think they should definitely expand Grinchmas. They need to go beyond the plaza boundaries. Yeah, Grinchmas shouldn't just live in the plaza. It should just kind of stretch out everywhere. And I've always said for years that they should kind of expand it over here in the Parisian courtyard. They really can do a lot in a space, and we've seen them be extremely creative when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, putting a big attraction in the Parisian courtyard. So yeah, why not do something for Grinchmas in this area? I've always thought that they should do like a Grinch's lair or something, or maybe even more photo ops over here. It would be a monumental task for sure, because they have to break down the Halloween Horror Nights maze and then build something here in the Parisian courtyard quick enough for Grinchmas. Thankfully, Grinchmas doesn't start until later on in November, but this is something that they could build off-site and during the off season, or while Halloween Horror Nights is in full swing. I think they should definitely do something over here, because it would expand the offerings of Grinchmas, and I feel like people want more for Grinchmas. They don't want to just have a couple photo ops and whatnot. I feel like people want more experiences, especially with the Who's, which are very special to this park because you don't see them anywhere else. You only see them at Universal Park. So it's really cool that they do the specialty makeup and all that kind of stuff here. And I think people want to see more of that. So maybe here in the Parisian courtyard sometime in the future, they can build out Grinchmas a little bit more and offer maybe some walkthrough experiences. Maybe we can see where the Who's live, or maybe even see Grinch's lair. Over here on the tip edge of New York Street, it looks like the demons that were here during Halloween Horror Nights got evicted and the elves have taken over. The cute little elves were always the ones that were sure to kick those demons out. Be careful walking in this particular area. There's snow on the ground. You might slip. I kind of wish they would do this flocking to more of the buildings, especially over here walking towards Pet's Place. They can definitely flock the buildings a little bit more, because I really do love that look. It's kind of hard to come by in some of the parks. Not too many parks do this. And before I close out the video, I wanted to check the show times for that nighttime show at Hogwarts, and they are in fact doing 2 shows this evening, one at 5:30 and the other one at 6. So if you are coming during the week here at Universal Studios Hollywood, be sure to check the Universal Studios Hollywood app and the wait time boards that are kind of scattered throughout the park to check those show times. And just like that, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to go on a couple rides today too. That's why I love coming in the morning sometimes, because not too many people are here, and later on it gets a little bit busier. But yeah, that was nice. That was a lot of fun. Well, that's going to do it for today's video from Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos and more, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so stay up to date on every time I post new videos. I have an Instagram account. I'll leave that link down below in the description. Be sure to follow that, because I post updates there that I don't normally post here on YouTube. But it was a wonderful day at the park today. Low crowds. I was able to go on a few attractions and, of course, check out some new things like Grinchmas is finally open and ready to go for the holiday season. And of course, checking up on the Super Nintendo World project. But other than that, though, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the park. Bye.